Hey, thank you so much for joining us last night in prayer. We continue to call upon the name of the Lord, the living God, the eternal God, as He puts His hand to interrupt the normal course of human behavior to bring glory to Himself and to show Himself to be strong. Hey, we're back at that portion of scripture in Genesis chapter 21. It says, "Then Abraham planted a tamarisk tree at Beersheba, and there he worshipped the Lord, the eternal God." I want to follow through that even though Abraham had several experiences with God, now the moment he begins to call on God, the revelation, the greater revelation, the different revelation, not connected to part of the relationship he had with God, but this now is on God. So let me explain when I say that. Normally, when Abraham would have given names to God, it would be the names of places where God would have revealed Himself. So he called God Jehovah Jireh at the point where the sacrifice of Isaac should have happened when God provided the sacrifice. So he called that place Jehovah Jireh. And then a lot of people says, because he called the place that, it doesn't mean a representative of God. In truth and in fact, he identified a place where the revelation happened and named it that. So God remains the God who provides. And in the other areas, you see, God as a covenant-keeping God, God as the promise keeper, and all of those things, He named God. But in this instance, there is nothing that attracts to a benefit to Abraham. So the revelation of God, the eternal God, doesn't have a benefit to Abraham. It only has a recognition of who God is. The providing God, the covenant-keeping God, has us in focus as well. But when Abraham came to the eternal God, God was God alone. And so this morning, I want you to appreciate that God is God. And even though we did not exist, He would have remained God. And even if we fail to somehow acknowledge Him, it does not diminish that He's God. So we worship Him this morning as the eternal God, the God who was, the God who is, and the God who is to come. We worship